the biggest pieces of the biggest B-shit. Guys, it's getting towards the end of the day. Hey everyone, I'm Abby Sharp. Welcome to a special edition of Abby's Kitchen called The Ridiculist, where I'm calling out the biggest BS on the internet. Today's episode was inspired by Forever 21's trash bag idea to send Atkins diet bars with everybody's online orders, as if we need some kind of subtle reminder to lose weight. So on that theme, today we are taking down diet culture with some of the grossest fat-phobic products I've found online. I am pissed. Number one on the Ridiculist, Macys Portions diet plates. So this piece of shit really got me fired up online. Not gonna lie, couldn't hold myself back. But basically, obviously these products have been designed with toxic diet culture in mind as a way to kind of bully yourself into consuming smaller portions. The line of dinnerware includes a wine glass that says on the lips, on the hips, a pasta dish that says al dente, al dente, an appetizer plate that says finger food, hands off, and then of course the biggest piece of shit, the dinner plate, the piece de resistance that has three beautiful rings: skinny jeans, aka the portion that is this big, favorite jeans, and then mom jeans. What douchebag man thought this shit up? Honestly, do you not even follow fashion trends? Mom jeans are in, and you don't have to have birthed a human to rock the look. Second, ladies, can we notice that these don't say dad jeans? Meaning, of course, the diet culture is, not surprisingly, a pretty good example of patriarchy. Motherhood is already equated with being less desirable, less beautiful, damaged, with a larger body being kind of at the center of these assumptions. That. To my moms, dads, and child-free friends, if you're gifted with a set of these plates, first of all, cut the giver out of your life. Then second of all, fill those plates to the brim with whatever your body desires. Then smash the out of them along with Macys' unrealistic body standards and send me a photo of the damage. Next, number two revolves fat is not beautiful sweater. So much went wrong here. So this sweater, which read, "Being fat is not beautiful, it's an excuse," was supposed to be part of a collaboration with Lena Dunham, basically to talk a lot about some of the horrible comments that women receive on social media and to raise awareness and money for cyberbullying. Under this creepiest quote was the words "at Paloma" in really small lettering, referencing that this was a quote actually said to Paloma Elsesser. I can't read it. I'm losing it at this point in the day. Okay. Referencing that this was actually a quote said to Paloma Elsesser. Did I say it? No, I didn't say it. Elsesser. Why can't I say it? Say it to me. Elsesser. Okay. Referencing that this was actually a quote said to Paloma Elsesser. Just Google it. But say it one more time. Elsesser. First of all, it's terrible that any human would say this to Paloma E. Sorry, Paloma, I respect you, I just can't say your name. Whether to your face or behind the kind of cowardly guise of the internet. But second, Revolve, you f***ed up huge by advertising the sweater on a sample size model and only offering it up to size XL. I would call this a huge marketing flop at best, and another example of thin privileged exploiting fatness and co-opting body positivity for capitalistic gains. Next, number three, Urban Outfitters eat less shirt. Ugh, this is disgusting. Urban Outfitters is the fucking worst. They have the worst ideas. Now, I'm all about freedom of speech, but I'm calling this one out as like a straight up hate crime. Urban Outfitters is an insensitive piece of store. Not only is Urban Outfitters a goldmine for bogus woo wellness products, but now they're being explicitly fat phobic. This is literally Urban Outfitters' marketing tactic. They release some grossly offensive, insensitive clothing item. The internet freaks the fuck out. They pull the clothing item from their website, and then they send some pseudo-apology tweet. This pro-anorexia t-shirt is just one example of Urban Outfitters' propensity for making politically incorrect statements. They've also got their depression t-shirt, glorified drinking gear, their Obama black color option, as well as the Star of David t-shirt, reminiscent of what Jews were forced to wear during the Holocaust in concentration camps. It's totally up. Honestly, this is beyond inexcusable. So please, fashionable friends, do a girl a favor and boycott the hell out of this store. It is gross, 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 and we don't need none of it in this world. Next, number 4, the cheat day lunchbox. Y'all know I am not a fan of the idea of cheat days, and if you want to hear more about that, you can pretty much watch any of my videos. But in short, I don't like the idea of cheat days because they really assign a ton of moral value to food, and they insinuate that any other way of eating is morally superior and good and clean, and it really creates that dichotomy between good food and bad food. The only thing more vomable than the fact that this lunchbox even exists is the fact that it's being marketed towards young, impressionable girls. It's pink, it's sparkly, it's available at Nordstrom Rack, among other items that young girls might want, like gummy bears and other pink kind of back to school items. New research actually suggests that most girls start dieting around the age of 8. Let that sink in, folks. 8 years old. When I was 8, I was jumping on my bed, singing into my hairbrush in the mirror along to Wannabe, pretending I was Baby Spice. But this is where we're at right now, folks, and it's scary. Moms, please do not buy your children these lunchboxes. In fact, if you see this lunchbox or one like it when you're with your child, use it as a teaching moment to talk about diet culture, health at every size, and feminism in general. The only context that a young child should have around cheating is not copying off someone else's spelling test. Next, number 5 is the happy fork. Now, I'm all about making sure you have a fork in your purse because you never know when cake might happen. But I have a funny feeling that this fork is not meant for cake. The happy fork, which is anything but that, let's be honest, touts the cringeworthy tagline, eat slowly, lose weight, feel great. Puke. Puke was not part of the tagline. I added that part in because that's how I feel. Honestly, this feels more like the anti-utensil in that it explicitly aims to prevent food from getting into your mouth. So the happy utensils measure things like how long you spend eating, what the pause is between your bites, how many bites you take, etc. And then it vibrates when it determines that you're eating too fast. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that wolfing down your meal definitely makes it harder for you to kind of tune into your body and listen to your body's innate hunger and satiety cues, which is of course a really important tenet of intuitive eating. However, punishing yourself and tricking yourself using these gimmicks and external regulators will actually do a lot more harm with our relationship with food than any good. Now, I try to eat slowly and mindfully as often as I can, but my reality as a mom sometimes means that's just not possible. I think a lot of moms out there can probably relate to the fact that this thing would probably be buzzing so aggressively, more so than your personal massager, because you never really know when your casual, relaxing sandwich lunch with your toddler is going to turn into an absolute meltdown because their salmon touched their peas. So yeah, sometimes I eat really fast because I know that every quiet moment of eating is a miracle from the heavens that I am not worthy of enjoying for very long. Also, is it necessary to upload the data from this device onto your computer or phone so you can share it on Twitter? Because that is a legit selling feature of this product. Obsessing over fork servings really does sound a bit disorderly to me, and in my opinion, is not gonna lead you down a path towards becoming an intuitive eater. Also, if I'm gonna spend $60 on a fork, I want it to be made out of gold, come with some kind of bougie container of caviar, and not look like something that my toddler would use. So on that note, next, and finally, your KSafe time locking container. Described as your impulse control tool, Time magazine suggests that this can save you from yourself. Folks, if you need to lock up your own food, you need to get a grip. The FAQ section of their website states that the KSafe was developed based on some of the research from top universities in the United States that pre-commitment and self-control can increase the chances of people meeting their goals. So basically, these marketers have taken research that has nothing to do with diet success and have used it to prove that this diet tool will help you lose weight. A box that locks up your brownies by force is not a good example of self-control. And in fact, I would argue it's indicative of the opposite. Where there is actual legitimate research is for the benefit of intuitive eating and a non-diet approach to food. When you get rid of that good food, bad food mentality and embrace an all foods fits approach to food, having a cupcake on the counter really isn't such a big deal anymore. Honestly, I have treats in my house all the time and I don't feel the need to go crazy. I say save your $50 on this really ugly looking breadbasket contraption and invest that money in some really good books on intuitive eating and healing your relationship with food. So you can check out my link in the description for some of my favorite resources. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you have seen any crazy wellness related products online that you want me to review. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye!